Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of This Week in Eagle Athletics. I'm your host Dylan Brown here in a cold Midway, Kentucky. We were put on a 2-hour delay this morning because of ice and snow that hit the area last night. So hopefully weather doesn't impact any events this week. Last week events went on without a hitch. No weather delays in last week's. So with that said, let's talk about what happened last week. The Midway Equestrian Western team did a fantastic job in their final regular season show of the season. Robin Gallahan's team was named Reserve High Point Team once. They had 4 individual shows at Morehead State University. They were named in the first show. They were named Reserve High Point Team, and then in the final 2 shows on Sunday afternoon, they were named High Point Team, coming in first place both times. So congratulations to them. Also, I want to give a shout out to Beverly Gartland. She was named Reserve High Point Open Rider in the first show on Saturday, and then in the final 3 shows, Olivia Strunk, she was named High Point Open Rider for all three of the final shows. So it was a great weekend for the Western team. Congratulations to Beverly and Olivia and the entire Equestrian Western team. They did a fabulous job. They have 12 individual riders that qualified for regionals, so we want to wish them good luck in regionals here in a couple more weeks down the road. Women's basketball team posted a 2-1 record last week. They had a tough loss to Alice Lloyd to open the week, but they rebounded with an 81-32 win over Simmons on Thursday night. The Eagles jumped out to an early 30-5 lead after the first quarter, and then they went on to cruise to the 49-point victory. Jessica Rice led the way for the Eagles off the bench with 15 points, and Olivia Morbido also dropped in 12 points as well. Really a balanced scoring attack between everyone. Starters really only played about 15-20 minutes, so it was good to be able to get them some rest. And then later in the week, they picked up an 88-41 victory over rival Asbury University. Just like the game against Simmons, Midway took a 31-5 lead after the first quarter, and really the game was never really in doubt. Haley Hazel leading the way with 21 points. She had about 4 or 5 3-pointers. Madison Jones coming in with a big 18 points. 18 points are season high. She was 6 of 7 from the 3-point line, so it was great to see Madison hit those threes. And then Allison Callahan coming in off the bench with 13 points. And again, after that, a really balanced scoring attack from everyone. Really great team effort for the last two victories for John Kendra's squad to close the week. Men's basketball team went 1-2 on the week. They had losses to Alice Lloyd and Asbury in conference play, but in out-of-conference play, they picked up an 81-67 victory over Simmons College of Kentucky. After Simmons came storming back to take a 1-point lead, there in the second half, Midway responded by going on a 14-0 run. Mainly, really sparked by the play of Bryson Harris in the second half. Bryson hit 22. He had 22 points in the second half after he didn't score in the first. Ty Sparling coming in with 15 points in the start. Sparling scored all 15 of his points in the first half. DJ Townsend added 12 points off the bench, and Caleb Britt tossed in 10 as well. And then baseball team, they had a tough opening series to open the season by going 0-4 down in Mobile, but each game was really competitive, and I know 1 or 2 plays that could go a different way. You know, we could have a different outcome. We could be talking about a 2-2 record, or maybe even a 3-1. So I know they'll be Luther Brandon will be looking to rebound this week whenever they travel down to Henderson, Tennessee. With that said, now let's talk about what we have going on this week. In just a couple of hours, the women's basketball team will be tipping off against Kentucky Christian University. That one at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Grayson, Kentucky. So good luck to Coach Kendra's squad. Then on Thursday, February 8th, the basketball teams are back in action whenever they host Cincinnati Christian here at home. The women will tip at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the men will tip shortly thereafter, about 7:30. So make sure you come out and support your Eagles for that one. On Friday, February 9th, the baseball team will be back in action as they travel down to Freed-Hardman. They've got a 4-game series lined up right now. Looks like weather could be a factor on Saturday, could possibly move it to Thursday, Friday. So make sure you stay tuned to Go Midway Eagles. But anywho, the baseball team is supposed to take on Shawnee State at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, and then at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, they wrap up the doubleheader on Friday with a game against Freed-Hardman University. And then on Saturday, the baseball team is back in action at Freed-Hardman. 2:30 they take on Shawnee State University, and then at 5 p.m. they take on Freed-Hardman. So good luck to the baseball team, Coach Bramblett, as they look for their first victory of the season. Then also on Saturday, February 10th, the basketball teams will be traveling to Indiana University Kokomo, Indiana. A nice little trek up to the northern part of Indiana. The women's basketball team will be tipping off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The men will tip shortly thereafter at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All games this week will be live streamed. You can find all those links on www.gomidwayeagles.com. And make sure you stay tuned to the website in case the baseball schedule changes. We're getting to that part of the season where schedules change really daily, so you never know what to expect. Make sure you're always in tune with what's going on in Eagle Athletics. That'll do it for this week's episode of This Week in Eagle Athletics. Be sure to join us next Monday, February the 12th, for the next episode of This Week in Eagle Athletics.